Well, it's now day 20. We're in Nouadhibou in Mauritania now, and we're camping here at the Auberge Abba, which is somewhere which has been recommended to us on the internet and also in the various guidebooks that we're reading. One of the reasons also we needed an established place rather than just picking up one of the camping places is because we're supposed to be having our tyres, our new set of rear tyres sent here by James Cargo, and they needed an address, so this is one of the few places that had an address. But all in all, it's pretty good. It's as you can see, it's a bit of a parking lot, but then most of the campsites across West Africa seem to be. I imagine as we get further down we'll have more sand to camp on, but certainly earlier on in the journey it was more gravel. In France, obviously a bit of grass, which is quite nice. Of course, gravel's not so great for the underside of the tents because it just scratches it and eventually it's going to rip through and then you'll get water and bugs coming through. So sand's ideal in that respect. We arrived yesterday and the place was pretty empty, but we met up with a German guy who spoke good English, and because we made a mistake when we were coming through customs of only putting 5 days as the time for the vehicle in the country, because everyone was hassling us, and we didn't think it was yes, you don't think it's necessarily an important thing to write down as to get the dates exactly right. But we've now asked the German guy, and he's asking a Dutch friend of his who is a dab hand at this if he can get it changed for us, so that we have some extra days to allow us to get into the interior of Mauritania and actually see some things. It's not very hot here really. It's not as hot as I thought it would be, but I think that's because we're near the coast and the wind is just in fact it's windy all the time, and that's keeping the temperatures down. But we know for a fact inland it's a lot hotter, even though up into the high 30s is considered quite low. We've been told to expect potentially even more than that, even at this late point in the season when Sahara is supposed to be a bit cooler. But yeah, so it hasn't, not too much hassle. A lot of police roadblocks. They seem very friendly. Some even started going through the panniers and things and asked for cadeaux, presents, and end up with a postcard, which Dan had bought a load of postcards of Brighton along. So I think they're lucky to get anything, because in fact we really shouldn't give them anything because it sets a precedent. But it just encourages them the more we do that. But no, overall it's been fine. We arrived here, driving through really in the downtown area. Nouadhibou's quite big in terms of number of people, especially for the area. Mauritania's very sparsely inhabited, and I think even the capital of Mauritania's only got 1 million people in it, max, something like that. But Nouadhibou's just carnage, just one long straight road with sort of vehicle wrecking shops, auto parts, just people everywhere, donkeys vying for their place alongside lorries and other vehicles. And so that's been quite good. And today we got up early and went to the internet cafe to check emails and to send emails to James Cargo about the tyres. So they're now well and truly on their way, and we went back again this afternoon just to check the emails because they tend to be quite slow. So that's been done. We went to the shops and picked up a few bits and pieces, and tonight we'll probably go back to there's a little Mauritanian style Chinese that does a little bit of everything, and although things are quite expensive in Mauritania, especially coming from Morocco and Western Sahara, where fuel prices in Western Sahara are something like 30p a litre, something like that, maybe 20p a litre, something like that. It costs the same to fill 2 bikes completely in Western Sahara as it did to fill 1 bike in the rest of Morocco. So that gives you an idea, and generally things are pretty cheap, but here food's a lot more expensive. But then again, we're only here for a week, and we'll just see how that goes. But we just need to make sure we've got enough water and food as we head out into the more remote areas on our way to Attar, and then off to Wadan, which is a very ancient Islamic town, but also trading post as well, and apparently spectacular sunsets, ruins to look around, and so yeah, we shall see how that goes, and then back to Nouakchott and on towards Senegal, where we've promised to hook up at the Zebra Bar, which is one of the sort of overlanders' famed drinking spots by the beach, and we shall see how it goes from there.